Billionaire CEO, James thought he could buy everything except happiness, until his ex-wife, the one who he left because she couldn't bear him a child, returned to his life as a world-renowned heart surgeon. Once upon a time, in a luxurious mansion, nestled in the heart of a bustling city, lived a beautiful woman named Emily. She was the wife of James, a self-made billionaire, and the CEO of a successful tech company. Their marriage was the talk of the town. People envied Emily, believing she had it all: money, looks, and a loving husband. But behind the closed doors of their mansion, the truth was far from what people imagined. James, despite being madly in love with Emily, wanted a child. He yearned to hear the joyous laughter of children echoing through the halls of their mansion. However, Emily was unable to conceive. Despite years of trying, their dream of having a family remained unfulfilled. Emily's inability to bear a child became a point of contention between them. James, driven by his desire for an heir, began to see Emily as incomplete. His once loving gaze towards her turned cold and distant. The warmth in their relationship slowly faded, replaced by the chilling silence of their unspoken differences. One day, James, unable to bear the emotional strain any longer, decided to end their marriage. He told Emily that he needed someone who could give him a child, and asked her to move out of the mansion. Heartbroken but resolute, Emily packed her bags and left, taking with her only the memories of their once blissful marriage. Determined to rebuild her life, Emily channeled her grief into education. She enrolled in a prestigious medical school, dedicating herself to the study of cardiac surgery. Years went by, and Emily blossomed into a brilliant heart surgeon. Her hands, once adorned with wedding rings, now confidently held surgical instruments. As she performed complex heart surgeries with precision and grace, her patients marveled at her skill and the warmth that still shone through her gentle eyes, a stark contrast to the coldness they heard in James's voice whenever he spoke about his ex-wife. Little did they know that the icy exterior of the billionaire CEO was just an act. Meanwhile, James's life seemed to be a never-ending cycle of board meetings, business deals, and hollow nights. Despite having everything one could desire, he found himself surrounded by people who only sought his wealth and power. He felt a profound sense of loneliness that gnawed at his soul. Fate took an unexpected turn when James suffered a sudden heart attack. Rushed to the hospital, he found himself on the operating table, fighting for his life, as the skilled doctors worked tirelessly to save him. James's thoughts raced. He reminisced about his life, his choices, and the one that got away. Could this be the end? Would his empire crumble without him? Or would someone understand his pain? As he lay there vulnerable and afraid, who would be his savior? And then she appeared, Dr. Emily Carter, the woman he had so callously discarded from his life. Now, not only was she renowned as a cardiac surgeon, but she also possessed a warmth and compassion that transcended her medical expertise. Without hesitation, Emily Carter, his ex-wife, took over the surgery. Her hands moved with a precision that was both mesmerizing and reassuring. James sensed her determination to save his life, a determination that mirrored the strength he had seen in her all those years ago, before his love for her had turned to ice. The surgery was a success, and James awoke to the melodious sound of birds chirping outside his hospital window. Sunlight streamed in, painting the room in a warm glow. But what truly warmed him was the sight of Emily standing by his bedside, a mix of emotions in her eyes. She looked different, more confident, more beautiful, yet there were lines around her eyes that hinted at the sadness she had endured. As days turned into weeks, Emily stayed by James's side, tending to him with a mixture of professionalism and tenderness that belied their shared past. James, stripped of his usual bravado, found himself drawn to her anew. He saw not just the brilliant surgeon, but the woman he had wronged. He saw the pain he had caused her, and the strength she had shown in overcoming it. However, something troubled him. Emily seemed distant at times, as if she were hiding something. Her eyes, though filled with warmth when she looked at him, would cloud over with a deep sadness. He knew there was a story behind those sad eyes, a story that she wasn't ready to tell. Meanwhile, Emily found herself torn between her growing feelings for James and the secret she had been harboring for years. How could she reveal her true feelings when she hadn't even told him about the biggest secret of all? The one that would change everything. Back at the mansion, James couldn't shake off the feeling that something was missing. Emily's presence had become a constant source of comfort and intrigue. Yet there was a part of her, a significant part, that she had kept hidden. This realization struck him with the force of a revelation, pushing him to confront the truth. He decided to hire a private investigator to look into Emily's life, hoping to piece together the puzzle that she was. What he hoped to find was the truth. But what he actually discovered was astonishing. The private investigator discovered that Emily had triplets, a boy and 2 girls, and that they were James's biological children. All these years, Emily had been raising them alone, shielding them from the world and from their father. Why? When James confronted Emily with his discovery, her composure finally crumbled. Tears streamed down her face as she recounted the years of pain and loneliness she had endured. She explained how she had conceived the triplets shortly before her marriage to James ended, how she had chosen to keep the children and raise them on her own, believing that she had failed him in the way society perceived her. James was stunned. The revelation that he had not only abandoned his wife, but also his children, hit him like a ton of bricks. His world, which he thought he had built on solid ground, crumbled into dust, revealing the hollowness within. The mansion, once a symbol of his success, now echoed with the ghosts of his mistakes. But amidst the wreckage, hope flickered. The triplets, now teenagers, had no idea about their father or his world. They lived with their mother in a small but cozy house in a quiet neighborhood. James, filled with remorse, decided to change that. In the coming months, James made a conscious effort to be a part of his children's lives. He moved into a modest house near theirs, ensuring that they could see him regularly. He mended fences with Emily, acknowledging the pain he had inflicted and seeking her forgiveness. He knew that regaining their trust would take time, but he was patient. As the family started to heal, James began to see the error of his ways. He realized that his quest for an heir had blinded him to the love and support that Emily and his children had offered. His empire, he realized, could wait. His family needed him, and he was determined to be the father and partner they deserved. One evening, during a family dinner, James looked at his children, their faces a mirror of Emily's, and felt a surge of love and gratitude. He was blessed to have them in his life, and he knew that their love and forgiveness were the greatest treasures he could ever own. And so life took an unexpected turn. James, once the epitome of a workaholic billionaire, was now known for his dedication to his family. Emily, once heartbroken and alone, now had the support of a loving family and a second chance at love. As for the triplets, they grew up knowing that they were loved beyond measure. Their story a testament to the enduring power of family and the transformative nature of love and forgiveness.